Alright, you guys, so this is gonna be round 3 of GXGAMERS Tournament. This time we're going up against Luffy in round 3. So, we'll go ahead and get right into it. Here we go. And we're off! So this game we're actually playing against a good friend of mine. His name is Andrew. He's playing Luffy. He's played Red since as long as I've known him. I think he started with Zoro and he switched over to Luffy for OP02 format. And so it's gonna be interesting to see how this game plays out. We're piloting Ivankov obviously, and my hand. Let's take a quick peek here. I think I missed it earlier. So he starts off with the Nami search and gets the Red Hawk. We get the 2 Dawn up. We went second actually, so it's not the most favorable setup for us. We did manage to get a turn 1 stage, and we lucked out actually and grabbed a buggy. So we got the Luffy in hand here. Added that to hand. Alright. This is 4x. We're moving quick. It almost feels like this is like 4 times the speed here, but in reality it's actually 2x speed. But we're just going through these turns so fast. He swung into 6 or 7 to lead, I believe. No, he swung 7 to lead. I countered 4k. We drop Inazuma. Looks like we have the combo in hand already, which is good. Going second, though, especially against Red, is really hard for Ivankov because it takes us a turn later to get to our 7 Dawn to play the 7 drop. And a lot of times, Red's early game pressure, it just burns so many cards from our hand. And Andrew is just murdering me with these early game attacks here. And my hand is super bricky right now. We're at 6 Dawn, so at this point I'm considering just playing the 6 drop and ditching 2 cards in my hand so that I can have some plays here. But I'm really thinking, because if I play the Croc, that means I have 3 bricks in hand. If I play the Luffy, then I could actually ditch some of the bricks in my hand and filter out my hand here. So we did the stage. I wanted to see more, and the stage actually was able to get me an extra 1k. So I just with that I just played the Luffy and chose not to use ability. We swinging in to lead for 5 here. All right, so now it's his turn. Next turn we're gonna be lining up our Ivankov. So my only goal at this point is to try and preserve my life, and I swung into him actually with Inazuma because I wanted him to attack my Inazuma. I was essentially baiting the Inazuma so that I could divert his attacks from my life. Inazuma is a little bit easier to protect than my life because I can get him to 7k if I only have 1 or less cards in my hand. So he's considering his options right now. I'm sure he's probably thinking if he should attack my Inazuma or go for life here. He plays the Gordon and bottom decks it to minus my Luffy, and he does the jet pistol on my Luffy, which is really unfortunate. The good news is he did have to use a lot of his Dawn for the turn, so that made it a little bit easier on our life this turn. He's swinging in for 5k into Inazuma. I'm gonna go ahead and counter out of that one. He goes in another 5k with 2 cards in hand. I'm gonna discard Perona to get Inazuma to 8k. So he goes for face here with Luffy. We just take that. 1 card in hand, that's our Ivankov. And I believe, oh, does the Nami search. Let's see what he gets here. Nico in hand. Okay, not too bad for us. We're in kind of a okay spot. We just top deck a Luffy, and that's the best card we could possibly top deck. For once, we actually have some good luck with this deck. So now we have really only one Don to work with here if we're gonna do the Ivankov play this turn. So I'm just considering what I want to do with that extra Don. So let's take a look here. He's got a grip of cards in hand. It looks like he's at 2 life though, so we're in a decent position right now. Just trying to figure out what the right move here is. So I just go to face for 5, counters out with the Nico, play Ivankov, draw another card, Luffy here. Luffy ability, we're gonna go ahead and bounce, I believe, the Mass Deuce. And with no card, oh, I didn't bounce, no bounce. And I swung into him with Inazuma for 8k, and he double 2ks me. So I used the stage to draw and discard, and turn to draw 2/2ks. That was really lucky. We're burning through our big boys here. We already used 3 Luffys, and we've used 2 Ivankovs, so we only have 1 Luffy in the deck or in life, and 2 Ivankovs in deck or life. So at this point, I'm really just trying to close out this game as quickly as possible. He's got 8k coming at character or leader here. I'm really hoping he goes for the Inazuma at this point, because I'm going to be able to keep Inazuma alive over even the 8k swing, because I have 2 2ks in my hand. It just takes 1 2k because it boosts my Inazuma. Whoa. Oh, I wonder why I just let Inazuma die there. Maybe that was a misplay, but let's see what happens here. Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't want to discard. I didn't want to use my 2k actually, because I needed my cards in my hand in order to use Luffy's ability here. And we just go for face at this point. Yeah, so very interesting game. Basically, this is not traditionally how you would play this matchup, but it just kind of worked this way because he took a lot of early game damage. And once I saw he was at 2 life, my only goal at that point was just to close out the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.